Alright, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing one of my biggest pet peeves, and this is kind of in response to a comment I received on one of my videos. Actually, a few comments I've received on a few of my videos, but basically, I just want to make this very clear. Y'all, I am not dumb. I am not stupid. I am capable of rational thinking and understanding and depicting the world around me accurately. I'm a very analytical thinker at times too, almost to a fault. I overthink things, I overanalyze things. And one thing about me is I've always been very good at reading people, as in I can understand someone's intentions and know whether they're good or bad. I think that's partially because I grew up being very quiet and observant. Like when I was much younger, I was very quiet, kept to myself, but I was very observant. I was always watching what was happening around me. And almost to a sense too, I even do this when I watch like movies and TV shows. I'm analyzing the characters, the people, like every little thing. Like I promise you, I'm very good at analyzing things around me. So, anyways, it's quite annoying and somewhat frustrating when people make comments that are kind of, in my opinion, they're like they question my intelligence. Essentially, like people think I'm dumb or they think I'm stupid in how they are responding to my videos as if I don't understand things that I very clearly understand. So, anyways, I just wanted to say this because one, it's just annoying, but two, I feel like it only annoys me because I feel like I'm either have to over explain myself, but at the end of the day, it's also like, why am I giving people who are willfully misunderstanding or willfully being ignorant, spiteful, belittling, whatever, any of my attention? Because I really shouldn't. But then again, I'm like, sometimes I do need to address certain things. So I'm going to address this first topic, which is the video I made about dating apps, about me being dating apps. So I received two kind of like really out of pocket comments, which I was like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, did y'all actually watch the video? And I truly believe some people literally comment and don't watch a single thing. Someone just commented something some kind of funny. Okay. So the first one I responded to, she said, "Girl, get real with yourself. Would you want to be with someone who has 7 active dating apps? It's obsessive." Okay, so the first part of her thing is what I responded to, because I literally titled this video, "I used to be addicted to dating apps." Now, I said addicted to dating apps, and I guess people jump to their own conclusion of what that meant. For me saying I used to be addicted to dating apps, like literally I used to just be addicted to like trying a new dating app. It's not that I would use them very long. It's not that I would even be on them. It's just like, ooh, a new dating app, let me try it. That type of thing, right? Like I make a profile, swipe for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, this is boring, and then delete it. But it was more like the thrill of trying something new or something different and seeing if there was new people out there. Now, granted, this was when I was like what, in college. I was in college between the ages of 17 and 22. So realistically not very, my brain was not fully developed at this point in time. But to me, it was more exciting. It was more the excitement of trying something new versus just, being like, oh, I just love being on dating apps. It was more like the excitement. Mind you, at the time when I was creating or using dating apps, like they were fairly new. It was like Tinder had just came out back in like 2013, which was, I would say, around 2013, 2014, because I didn't even have a smartphone till like the second semester of college. Like I was very technologically behind in my formative years. So, anyways, I really only used dating apps. The dating apps I would try, I would use very briefly and then I would be over it. But it was more the excitement of trying something new than just, oh, I just loved dating apps so much. Like, I love the excitement of it, or like the potential of it. Like, oh, maybe I'll meet someone, because that's like the whole exciting part of meeting dating apps. Now, obviously, me as a fully grown adult woman now, like, heck no, I wouldn't be on 7 dating apps at once. I'm not desperate. And honestly, I've shared this in so many other videos. I get on dating apps every now and again because A, I'll be bored, and B, I'm like, maybe there's something new out there. And then every time I do it, I get on disappointed and delete it. And it's maybe like a 1 or 2 day thing of me like swiping, and I'm like, okay, like I remember why I don't use dating apps. Like, it's not worth it. It's the same old, and it's not, to me, dating apps do not really, are not designed very well to do like what they're supposed to do, like connect people, like starting conversations. Like, they just do not work very well for me. So anyways, I've never taken dating apps super seriously anytime I've used them. So that was the first thing. And then the other comment was just so like crazy. I did not read the whole thing, and I don't know why I like this person's comment, because his comment was so rude. First of all, this is what I don't like. I don't like when people put words in my mouth, and I don't like when people try to patronize me, which is what this person did. He said, basically tried to tell me why I like dating apps, when I literally said verbatim why I like dating apps. He said, you like dating apps because of the attention, the likes, the hearts, and the messages. And it's okay to admit it. You aren't playing with anyone's feelings because they want to have sex with you. They have no intentions of being anything serious, and most men on dating apps aren't. And this is where I feel like this man clearly either fully didn't watch the video, or just ran with their own narrative of what I even said. Because first and foremost, I never said, oh, I think I'm gonna find the love of my life on a dating app. I said, like, that would be the ideal situation. I didn't say it's a realistic thing that happens for most people. But anyways, their entire comment was like just pretty rude. And then he tries to tell me that why I like using dating apps, when I would say that was like my least favorite thing of using dating apps was the messages I would get from men. Like, literally, I've gotten messages that, like, the messages from men would be why I deleted the app to begin with. The sexual attention is why I would delete the apps to begin with, because no one wants to feel like a piece of meat. This is why I'm very, very aware. I'm well aware of many men's intentions not being pure, being very sexualizing, being very superficial. That is why I never actually went far on the dating apps. It's full of nothing but lustful men. I should say boys. Lustful boys who have the only intentions are to sleep around. That's not my intention, obviously. Now, if I was using dating apps for that purpose, it would be very easy. However, because I don't use it for that purpose, it's kind of like all I was seeing was like the most demented. And this is the thing. Do you think I am, this is the thing. I am not flattered by men wanting to have sex with me. That's not flattering to me. That doesn't do anything for me. That doesn't make me excited. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. It actually makes me feel like a piece of meat and an object and sexually objectified and disrespected most of the time. Because what do you mean you don't even know me and the first thing you're talking about is getting into my pants? Like, I feel like it's so disrespectful. Me personally, I don't find that flattering. I find that disrespectful and annoying and irritating and like degrading, to be quite honest. So no, I have never looked at getting messages from lustful men as a prize or as something to be jump for joy over. Secondly, getting attention from men I'm not interested in is not a goal of mine. To say that I like dating apps because getting hearts, people liking me who I don't like, is not really an accomplishment. One, I would say like having lots of people like you isn't an accomplishment either. Like, this is the thing. I don't care about quantity, I care about quality. There's not a lot of quality men. There's lots of men on dating apps, they're just not quality men, in my personal opinion. And the ones that are quality, well, they were snatched up like 8 years ago. Just kidding. I joke. I personally don't think I am going to meet someone I truly like on a dating app. Like I said, it was something I used because I was bored, not for the attention, just to be like, okay, well, let's see if there's anything new out there. Let's try this one more. I wouldn't even say try because like that would be saying like I took it actually seriously, which I don't like Hinge. I don't even like I don't really like any dating apps. I'm not actively using any dating apps. So basically, it's just really annoying when people try to, well, I feel like it's just people jumping to assumptions about things, especially when I've clearly stated though. I feel like I very clearly stated why I was used dating apps in the past. But anyways, um I was going to respond to something else that this person said, but some people already responded to this person. And at this point, I'm pretty sure this person is just miserable and just wants to spread around their miserable attitude with other people because misery loves company. Anyways, I personally do know someone who's met their spouse off the dating app. I actually know quite a few people who met their spouses off dating apps. So I don't think it's impossible or not something most people do. I feel like there actually is a statistic that majority, like, dating apps have become the number one way people meet their, like, I shouldn't say spouses, but maybe significant others. Like, a lot of people's relationships start online versus meeting in person now. I can look that up to verify, but I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. Let me look. How popular are dating apps now? Um, it says usage is highest amongst adults under 30. Roughly half of this age group having used a dating app. Says 53% of US adults ages 18 to 29 have used a dating app, compared to 37% of those 30 to 49. Now, I do fall in that younger demographic, so I guess that makes sense why, in my personal opinion, it's more popular. If you're older, 30 and above, then maybe for your generation, It's not. However, I do think dating apps are like on the decline. I think I see more and more people deleting them, not using them. Quite frankly, I feel like it has created just a vast disrespect of women and men in dating, because I honestly hate hookup culture, and I feel like a lot of hookup culture is created via dating apps. And I've spoken very much about how disgusting, I shouldn't even just say disgusting, I should say how much I personally dislike hookup culture and what it has created in dating in society. I don't feel like it benefits men or women. I think it just creates a very toxic dating environment. And it's like there's no respect, especially for women, in my opinion, because I feel like in hookup culture, men treat women like objects. And I also feel like that's very prevalent in some of these men on podcasts and dating horror stories you hear of just horrible experiences people have using dating apps. Now, if you're using dating apps just to hook up with people, like I said, that's your prerogative. Do I respect it? Not really. I don't respect it, but to each their own. At the end of the day, I feel like you have to set your own boundaries for what you want or don't want when you're using dating apps. But I personally don't think the way dating apps are set up currently are set up for people to actually find long-term meaningful connections. And I think that is deep down what most people actually want. I think hookup culture though has created a society and culture where people, seek out short term arrangements with people because they feel safer doing that than actually seeking out a long term partner, because there's more risk of getting hurt. So maybe it's a form of like some sort of protective mechanism for people to protect their feelings, their whatever. And that's why they seek out hookups over actually seeking a meaningful connection, emotional connection with another person. But I would think most people actually want to find like a long-term relationship. I just think I think a lot of people have been socialized via TV, movies, culture, social media, whatever, that, you know, dating around and hooking up is the right way to go about finding your a long-term partner. I personally disagree with that, but that I can share in another video. Anyways, I just wanted to make it very clear. I am very aware of the realities of, I don't even know how to say this. Basically, just like I'm not stupid. That's what I said in the beginning, and that's how I'm ending this video. I'm not stupid. I understand a lot of people's intentions are not the best. I have been on the receiving end of most of that for most of my life. I've never been flattered by it. I've never cared for it. And I've never respected being treated like a piece of meat by a man. Ever, ever, ever. I literally avoid men most days. Like, I feel like that's what really actually bothers me. This man who said seek attention. Well, let me make this very clear. I have never sought attention from a man. And I'm going to tell you why. Why I don't seek out attention from men is because I've received so much unwanted sexual attention from men, it has turned me off from it. I've never sought out getting attention from a man, especially random men I do not know, I do not like, and I'm not interested in. And I don't like a lot of people. There's not a lot of men that I feel even comfortable around on a day-to-day basis. So that's all I will really want to say. I honestly have I am much more guarded when it comes to dating and things like that because of experiences I've had in the past. So it's almost laughable that this person thought made that comment, in my opinion. That is what I'm like, you couldn't be further from the truth. Anyways, that's all I really have to say. I'm also just not a male centered person. I've never been like that. I've always been more a girl's girl. And I'm also the person who gives really good dating advice. And I feel like I give good dating advice because I actually I don't know how to say this. I like study relationships. At one point I did want to be a relationship counselor when I was back in college. That's kind of why I got my degree in psychology, but here we are now. Anyways, that's all. Good night, guys.